Hey, so today I will talk to you about all the best advice I've received from backpackers. So, I received indeed a lot of advice from people I met during my backpacking trips. Trips plural. I'm not backpacking right now, but I'm working towards it. Let's say it like that. Okay, so I have my note with me, so if I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading my notes. I have notes with me because I don't want to miss out important points. Okay? Alright, so the first point I wrote is to become a digital nomad. This is the best advice I received. I was traveling to Greece. It was the first time I was backpacking and I arrived there. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to make money. I left with my mental health really down. And I have been diagnosed with anxiety. I don't know the term. Generalized anxiety. In French is anxiété généralisée. I'm French, by the way, so English is my second language, okay? So I arrived there and I met a lot of nice people, and mostly I met people that were backpacking, okay? All of this has been vlogged because I had with me this camera, of course, and I filmed everything. I filmed, me arriving there, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to make money. So you can go check the vlogs, okay? Also, they will be appearing on the screen right there. So here you go. I'm here. I don't know what to do. I meet people and I meet digital nomads. And they talked to me about it. I was like, what is a digital nomad? And they were like, it's when you're working remotely and you're traveling at the same time. So you don't have really like a house. Not specifically. But I met a lot of people. I was like, where are you living? Where is your main house? Like, you know what I mean? Where's your home, basically? And they were like, yeah, I don't have a home, I'm just traveling. It's been years and I don't know how long I will travel, and I don't know how long I will stay in Greece, and I don't know where I will go after that. The world is my house. This is one French guy that told me this, and I was like, that is so cool. That is so cool. I want to do the same. And I also met a girl that was doing the same thing, because the guy I met, he was like working fully remotely, and this girl, she was working remotely a little bit, but she was working with fever, and she was also working as a volunteer in the hostel I was staying to. And I became friends with the people there, like the workers and stuff, and they really wanted me to work there as a volunteer and to try to find a job like in the area. And I was like, I want to, but I believe that everything's happened for a reason. And the boss was not there because they wanted to talk to the boss for me, okay? And the boss were in vacation, and he was staying in like holiday vacation for like 2 more weeks, and I was like, I don't have enough money to stay like 2 more weeks. So everything happens for a reason, and I discovered the term digital nomad, and it was enough for me to want to do this, which is what I'm currently working to, okay? You can go check my other videos because I'm talking about all the good websites to become a digital nomad, and you know, just the fact that I'm currently trying to become a digital nomad and I am just feeling it, okay? Okay, second point, that you always bounce back no matter what. And I will tell you all the stories because I know I've talked already about bouncing back and the fact that, you know, you will bounce back no matter what. Everything will end up somehow good at the end. Not as you imagined, but at the end, maybe years later, you will understand why everything happened the way it happened. And I met, still Greece, still the same hostel, still the beginning of my trips, you know, as a backpacker. A guy, like I met a lot of people, but I met one guy. I almost forgot this story and I remembered it. And I remember that story when I was writing the points and I was like, I have to talk about this. He was telling me that at some point he ended up in a country where he was alone. He didn't know anybody and he didn't have enough money. I don't know how, but something happened and he didn't have enough money anymore to pay for anything, okay? Which is really bad, you know? And he went to a nearby hostel and he begged for them to let him stay at least for one night. Like he begged because of course, you know, he needed to pay and he didn't have anything with him, okay? And at the end, they said okay because I'm sure they were feeling really bad for the guy and they were like, okay, you can stay for the night. And I don't remember the full story, but he managed to bounce back, okay? And now he was still traveling and he was telling me this. He was telling me this because I just got scammed back then, 700 euros. So there's a story time about it. You can go check it out as well. I just wanted to talk about this little story from the fact that it will be a nice story to tell afterward. I promise you, you will bounce back. Okay, next point. If you end up in bad situations, which is similar of what I told you, but I wrote, it makes a great story, which I just said. Plus, you learn new things because you learn from being in bad situations for sure. And to me, there's a moral in every situation, but there's, let's say, a bigger moral from bad situations because you will understand maybe why you went through the situation or what you've learned from the situation. Maybe the fact that you will never do this mistake again, or that, you know, anything, no matter the moral at the end. To me, there is a moral or something that you need to understand. It's like people saying all the time, I don't know why I always end up in the same situations. Maybe because you're always doing something that the universe, God, or whoever you want it to be, want you to learn, you know? Maybe something wants you, or your higher self, or karma, or your spiritual guides, no matter the persons, there's like a bigger force that wants you to understand it, okay? To understand why you are in those situations. Maybe you have some pattern, maybe you're afraid of certain things, maybe the universe wants you, to me it's the universe, so if I say universe a lot, okay, it's normal, wants you to face certain people or to face certain situations for you to understand, you know? And the last point is to think big. I think I didn't have moments where I was like talking to people and they told me you should think big. It's just situations I pretty much understood from, I would say, meeting people, you know, and from my past experiences. And I've learned to think big, and you will understand what I mean by that when I started backpacking to Greece. The very first trip, the same one I've been talking to since the beginning of this video, because I've learned a lot of things. Not everything, but I've learned a shit ton of things. It was a really awesome trip, and I say Greece, but I was in Athens, and I met so many inspiring people that were backpacking in a different way. Very, very inspiring. And I would like ask a lot of people like how they make money to keep traveling, and some of them they had a lot of money with them before leaving, you know, their country, and some of them they made money through, like, they made money along the way, and others they had a remote job before and they just thought one day, you know, because I have a remote job I can travel at the same time. It will be the same thing, and you know, it will feel like vacation, but you know, it's weird to be, I guess, a digital nomad. It's something else. And there's one girl, she told me, you know, it's okay, I was there where you were, and I ended up, you know, everything's end up good. Like, you will get there if you don't let it go, and if you keep working towards it, there's no reasons why you won't get there. So I realized that yes, she was right, and I need to think big. The more you try, the more you search for how to get money, the more you think big. Like, I even applied for a job to become a photographer, and I got the job, and I didn't know anything about photography, okay? This is what I've learned from the backpackers I met during my trips, okay? So I hope you've learned something, and even if you didn't learn anything in this video, I just hope you got inspired as the same way I was inspired before when I met those people. And at least I hope that I gave you the energy that they gave me. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so I will see you in another video. Until then, take care and just be kind to yourself and be kind to other people. All right, we all do mistakes. The most important part is to learn from them. Okay, see you in another video, of course, about backpacking. Bye.